Everyday things with hidden feature you didn't know the purpose of. The hole in your pen cap. Manufacturers of the pens understood that small kids would likely end up with choking hazards in their mouths one day. They took measures to prevent them from suffocating by placing a hole in the cap so that if one were to get stuck in a little one's throat, they could still breathe air into their lungs. Arrow on your gas pump indicator light. If you pay closer attention to the gas indicator light in your vehicle, you might notice that there is an arrow next to the pump. That arrow is indicating to you which side your fuel tank sits on. Other lights simply use the pump handle to indicate which side it is on. The pocket in women's panties. This pocket is actually called a panty gusset and was never intended to be a pocket at all. Rather, it is an extra piece of fabric sewn in for women's hygiene, and in the higher-end panties the gusset is sewn completely shut. The pocket is simply a result of manufacturers unwilling to spend the time and money to get those last few stitches in. Necks on beer and soda bottles. Well, as it turns out, the bottleneck shape is intentionally designed to encourage a person to hold their beer at the top of the bottle, where their body heat won't warm up the rest of their beer before they can finish it. The lines on a solo cup. Although the manufacturer claims coincidence, the lines on a solo cup can be used as liquid measurements for different kinds of alcohol. The bottom line is the rough equivalent of a 1 ounce recommended serving of hard liquor, the second marks the 5 ounces recommended dose of wine, and the third line marks 12 ounces, the perfect amount for a cup of brew. The grooves on restaurant toothpicks. These grooves aren't just to make the toothpick look fancy, they are designed to help you maintain good dining etiquette in a social setting. You can avoid putting it on the table and grossing out other diners by snapping off the end of the toothpick at the first groove. It has been intentionally weakened to make for easy snapping. The side holes in Converse shoes. These two side holes are exactly what they look like, for lacing your shoes. The design was intended to accommodate every basketball player's foot, and the two holes on the side would allow them to customize the fit of their shoes and keep laces from unraveling. The second hole on a gas can. While a lot of people seem to think that the second hole is for pouring into smaller receptacles, the second hole is actually meant to be uncapped before you go to pour your gas to prevent the gas from glugging, resulting in wasted fuel and highly flammable clothing. The tiny hole in your airplane window. The small opening at the bottom of the window actually serves two purposes. First, it allows airflow through to keep from too much pressure building in the plane and busting the window as it rises in altitude, and second, it is a clever way to keep the windows from fogging up with all the warm breath of the passengers. Two-toned erasers. Most of us grew up with the frustrating misinformation that the two-toned erasers allowed you to erase pen ink with one side. The red, blue, or gray end of a two-toned eraser allows you to erase pencil and graphite markings from different types of artist's paper that are more sensitive to friction and easily tear when a regular eraser is used on them. The square hole in the McFlurry spoon. Though it definitely makes a fun straw as your ice cream melts, its actual purpose is to serve as an attachment to the machine that whisks the ice cream and toppings together. The bar of the machine slips into the spoon and stirs it the way a drill spins a screw. Then they give you the spoon with it, minimizing cleanup.